Hello and welcome to Word Lesson 1 with Nana. Today we will be going over Word, the tool that is used by Microsoft Office to record down data, notes, documents, essays, anything that you might need to write down. Word is the tool that you would use for that. So to start off, let's practice opening Word. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click my start button, and then Word is already here, but what you would usually do is type in Word as an app, click open, and then it opens it for you. I'm going to click the blank document, and then it opens up to this beautiful interface that we will be going through very soon. And so once you come here, once you get to this interface, the next thing you do is simply begin typing. Word, as I said before, is the platform of text. So let's start off with something like my name. My name is Nana. Great. So this is simply what you do in Word. You write down tons of words. I can say my name is Nana Abena. I can say hello. How are you? And Word will record all of this down and save it for me, and then some. And through Word, you can do many miraculous things. So if you just look down at your arrow keys right now, if you want to go back into the text that you typed and say, how is your day? You can do that by pressing the arrow key that is facing towards the left. And you can delete what you just had by using backspace or the delete key and simply putting the question mark right back. You can go up using the arrow keys up and down, and you can go to a new line using enter. You can backspace the new line using backspace, and you can backspace the text using backspace. You can indent using tab and backspace that using backspace or delete. And so now that we've gone over the basics of the keyboard and how that interacts with Word, let us go over the general interface of Word. So here you have your home tab. This is where you can control the font. So let's say I want to change this font. I would simply come up here to this font and click a new font. Let's say you want to control the size of your font. That's where you would go to either one of these three. This, if you want a specific one, you can click 16, but if you simply want it bigger, this is a shortcut. And if you simply want it smaller, this is another shortcut. If you would like to change the case of the letter, as in lowercase, all uppercase, capitalize each beginning word, or under capitalize each word, which I guess they call toggle, you can do that. Or you can sentence case it, which simply makes the first word capitalized and the rest just not. All of this is very useful. All of this is very, convenient for the user. Then to get into these, down here, you can bold your words using that B. You can italicize your words using the I, and you can underline your words many different ways using U, that underlined U. And you can highlight your words by simply clicking this, perhaps a color that you want. Remember to always highlight the words or it will not apply. All right. And then to change the color of words, you simply have to highlight again, press any color here, and it will change. That is what this specific case is for. And then if you want to change this into the middle of your document, you can do that. This side of your document, you can do that. But typically people stick with this or simply no formatting at all, which is the last one over here. We're just going to stick with this for the purposes of today. This is how you create a bulleted list. in which it will take every new line and simply add a little dot next to it. If you want to create a numbered list, you simply click that button and it will create a numbered list. There are many different kinds of bullets, many different kinds of structure. And so you can look all into that as you go through Word. Of course, let's go to the next place. This is where you can insert things. So let's say I want to insert a picture from their stock images. I would simply click this, click insert. And this, of course, opens to a new tab, which you can, of course, edit the picture, but that's not really relevant to what we're doing today. So, yeah, you can add in shapes. You click shapes and you simply do that and the shape appears. Draw is another one that, you click one of these, markers, erasers, pencils, and simply draw like so. And of course, Word lets you do this. In case you want to go back or undo something, simply this button up here. And if you want to redo it, it's this button right here. Yep. And then design. Design gives you a general format. I'm sorry, I have to leave draw mode and go back to this simple text mode. If you want to go back to text, click the mouse. And so design gives you a general way of changing the data that you've given. All of this, if you want your document to look a certain way, these would be really useful. Layout, of course, this helps with columns and sizing. It's most useful for if you want to change the size of the actual paper. In many cases, people don't use it, but of course, it has its uses. Other than that, references, all this gets into certain sections that we don't need, but review does have a section that will be very useful for you guys. You can click editor and simply spell something incorrectly, such as this word considers this spelled incorrectly. So if I click grammar and spelling, it says this is not in the dictionary and gives me something else to perhaps consider. And clicking this, it says spell check is complete and it changes it back into the correct format that it's supposed to be. And using this, you will be able to correct your spelling, correct your grammar, all with a touch of a button. And in most cases, it gets it completely right. This will be super useful if you're writing something in a language that you don't quite understand, or if you're writing something and you simply want to rush through it and not have to worry about edits and simply go through with the editor and then edit it like that. All of this is super useful. Just to go through the entire interface of Word for this first lesson. So I'm simply going to put this over to the side. We've gone over most, if not all, of these tabs. And now the only thing left is how to save and close out of Word. So what you would do to save is either click this pink button up here, in which it would save it as whatever name you would like. Choose a location, click save. I would just say continues. It has problems with the title. So let's call this Nana. And it should save. Compatibility mode is messing up a bit because I have it open somewhere else. Remember, do not have the same document open in two different places. It will cause issues when you're trying to save the document, but generally this is how it works. You can also save in this place here, clicking save as, clicking this, simply naming the file here, and clicking the button save, which this is a better place to save because it will actually save. All right. And that is about all. And then to close out of Word, you simply click the X button. It'll ask me to save again. We're having a bit of trouble saving, but the methods that I showed you will work for your document. For now, let's just minimize it. And that is about all for the lesson. Please contact me if you have any more questions. And yeah, thank you.